Today on Tech Sounds, we're going to be showing you how to wall mount your TV as cheaply, quickly, and safely as possible. So if you've got a TV up to 55 inches, we're going to show you how to mount it quick, safe, and easy for under 40 bucks. You can find one of these guys on Amazon. This is the Mounting Dream. It's an articulating mount, not just a flat mount. If you want a flat mount, we can do those too. Those are even cheaper. But this one's going to be able to swing up and down and back and forth. So you can get these under 40 bucks on Amazon. And some things that'll make your life nice and easy while doing this are a drill, right here, and a level, tape measure, and a stud finder. But if you're like me and you can't use a stud finder because it just beeps every time you touch it, we're going to use the knock technique. And if you don't have a level, we're going to pretend I don't. This guy comes with one. And if you don't have a drill, all you need is a screwdriver. So let's get started. Here's our mount. So he does this. It's got like a three-way pivot. Bend it back and forth. Because what my goal is to be able to pull the TV out from the wall and then push it flat against it, because I have a motorized screen that I'm putting in, so it'll drop down in front of the TV. And I wanted to get this done quick and easy, so I ordered this last night. Came one day shipping on Amazon, under 40 bucks. Here we are today, installing it. And these little rails are what mount to the back of your TV, and then to the rest of the brackets. Oh, and this one also came with these handy little Velcro cable ties to keep everything in line, because it's important that if you are going to be moving it, you don't set everything as short as it'll be when it's against the wall, and then go to pull it out and yank all your cables out. Remember, so route your wires and leave slack for this extra distance. And this kit, as I said, came with a fancy little bubble level. So we're going to use it. I don't know how good it's going to be, but it even looks like it's magnetic. Yeah, it's magnetic. Cool, so it'll just stick to our mount, and we can put it on the wall. So guys, the first thing we need to do is attach these brackets to the back of our TV. And my TV comes with hardware in it already. If yours doesn't, you'll need to go through here and find the corresponding hardware for your TV. There's two main types of mount on the back of the TV itself. One is a flat mount like this one. The other is a dimpled mount like this. And if you have a dimpled mount, you'll need to use one of these little sleeves as a spacer. But I have a flat mount and screws inside it already, so we're just going to take the screws out, pop them in the brackets, and attach them. As you can see, there's multiple holes in the bracket that goes on the TV, so just select the ones that fit your needs best. Or if there's a specific layout that only two holes fit the two screw holes, then use those two screw holes. And same as before on the other side. And an easier way to do this is line up your holes and then put the top screw in first, because then the bracket kind of hangs from it. I just didn't do that. there we go. Now all we have to do is mount our articulating mount to the wall. Okay, so to mount our mount to the wall, the first thing we need to do is to find a stud. And I know you said, or I said you didn't need a drill earlier, but you really want one. This is like a 1/4-inch lag screw. And while technically, yes, you could screw it in by hand, it's really going to suck, and you're probably going to split your stud, so it won't be as secure as if you pre-drilled. And what you want to do to pre-drill is take out just the shank of the screw. You'll see the threads and then the shank, and you just want to remove the majority of the bolt thickness inside the threads. So for these bolts, worked out to be about a 5/32 pit. So we're just going to drill that out where we want our mount on the stud. And if you are like me and you can't use a stud finder, they just beep or die or whatever every time you pick them up. If you have one that works, that's great. Use it and you can find a stud. I can't use them. So what I'm going to use is the knock technique. I'm pretty good. I can just like there's a stud. It's roughly where I want it. If you can't do the knock technique so well, there's a few ways to get a rough location of a stud in your wall that'll leave you with a pretty precise location. Outlets in your walls are always nailed to a stud, either on the left side or the right side. It's pretty easy to figure out which. You can just knock and they'll sound different. Like the hollow sound, no stud. The loud note, or like the stud there. Or if you had some crappy mudders on your drywall, you'll be able to see a screw sticking out somewhere on your wall, and then you can just measure 16 or 24 inches over from that, depending what your studs are. If you don't know, again, you can tell with the knock technique, or if you have a stud finder, just boop, boop, boop. But yeah, so if you need to go off an outlet, you just find which side of the outlet the stud's on, and then measure 16s over from that to where you want your mount. You just grab your tape measure. That's why they all have these red dots on them, by the way. So you just go to where your outlet is, right there. And right here at 4 feet, there's a stud. Boom, boom. So we'll take our pencil, we'll mark right where our stud is, right there. And now you want to measure how high up your mount is from the bottom of your TV, just so you get a rough height over all your components if you're concerned about exactly where it goes. I want mine to sit about an inch above these amplifiers when it's fully extended. So that means about 5 inches above here. I want the bottom of the mount. So I'm going to make a mark with my tape, level over the wall. And I'm going to go up 5 inches. Right there. We're going to take our mount. It's probably easiest if it's folded up when you go to mark the holes on the wall. We're going to put the mount right at the bottom of our hole, or of our pencil line, sorry. Line it up as best we can. They're a little awkward to maneuver, especially when you gotta press and hold with one hand and then mark. And then we're just gonna mark the holes like that. Take our drill with our 5/32 pilot hole. Oh, slipped off. Shit. Now we're just going to grab one of our lag screws with a washer on it. Pop it through our top hole here. And just get it started in. Just enough so we can get it holding. And we're going to get our other screw, line it up on the bottom. And then sink our top. And then sink our bottom. And voila! Our mount is on the wall. And if you don't get it perfectly level, that's what our little bubble level here is for. She just sits on that ledge. And there's leveling screws on the mount. So what you do is you just put the little bubble level on the thing there. And then, oh, these are adjustable too, so. It comes with a little Allen key. Now you always want to get it as close to level as you can. It just makes everything so much easier in life. You just take your little Allen key, loosen the 4 little screws. I don't think our level works. I don't think it's level, because that's roughly level and that isn't saying it's level. So I don't know if I trust that. Let's try that. Yeah, it was level to start with. Okay, so the 1-inch plastic bubble level they give you may not be the most accurate. And if it looks by your eye that it's super level and the bubble level on it saying it's not, probably just throw that thing in the garbage. I was curious though if you could use it, because it would have been a nice little thing if it came and it was accurate and you just slap her on with a magnet and she worked. But it was pretty far off. And if you didn't know better, you'd end up mounting your TV crooked. Maybe mine just got damaged in shipping. Maybe yours will be better. Little set screws here on the bottom of the bracket, the mounts, the rails, sorry, that go on the mount. And what you do is you just hook this top hook here on the top rail, swing it down, and then the set screws will line up with this bottom plate. You just tighten them up. Oh, you can't see me here. Oh, you still can't see me. I mean my hands, sorry, you can see me. Oh yeah, you just hook on the top ridge. Hook on the top ridge with the little hook here, and then the bottom lip you just tighten the set screws up to so it can't come off once it's hanging, And if we've measured everything properly, it should work. Now, I have to take the feed off so it clears my amps. So I'm just gonna push it back first before I take the feed off and make sure everything works so I can actually just hang it. I don't want to go through all the trouble of taking the feed off and then having no way to set it down if it doesn't work.
That's pretty good, guys. So, to finish up here, all we gotta do is adjust our set screws. As you can hear, it's sliding over my amps, not grinding, which is nice. Because I like them. I'm gonna just tighten up these screws here. Now our TV can't fall off. We can take the feed off. And then once we get the set screw on the other side, we're going to just add a little bit longer. Okay, we're going to
But there we go. All set up. I'll show you guys what it looks like from the front. There we go. Now as you can see, we've got a floating TV that just barely clears our amps by about an inch or so. Under 40 bucks, safely on the wall. We can push her back out of the way so we can drop our projection screen down. What more do you want? Under 40 minutes, under 40 bucks, flat screen on the wall. It's pretty good if you ask me, guys. Remember to subscribe if you like the video, like this video, or if you didn't, you can dislike it, I guess. But most importantly, keep doing tech stuff. Take care, guys.